Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving right into a really fascinating strategic analysis of the future of your car's interior. We're going to look at the technology roadmap for what's called the intelligent cockpit.
This isn't just about getting bigger screens or a slightly better GPS. Not at all. We're talking about a multi-trillion-dollar market and a flat-out race to create the third living space, right after your home and your office.
So, in this explainer, here's what we'll break down. We'll look at why the cockpit is suddenly so important, the big challenge the industry is facing right now, the actual roadmap to the future, the key technologies needed to win, and finally, the strategic pillars for success. Okay, let's get into it.
So first up, why is the cockpit suddenly the central battleground for the entire auto industry? What changed?
Well, it's the core engine driving value because it's where all this cutting-edge tech, AI, VR, you name it, becomes a real, tangible experience for you, the consumer. It's a way to deliver mind-blowing innovation much faster than, say, perfecting full self-driving. And it's also the critical link connecting you, your car, and the smart cities of the future. This right here is what makes or breaks a buying decision today.
Now, what's really interesting is the core challenge that the industry is facing, especially in its most dynamic markets. It's this structural imbalance that people are calling a dual-speed reality.
And this table just illustrates the problem perfectly. The stuff you see and interact with, the apps, the services, the AI assistants, they are all advancing at a breakneck pace in the fast lane. But the foundational stuff, the hardware, the core chips, the operating systems, they're kind of stuck in the slow lane, struggling to keep up. And that creates a major strategic risk. So how do you fix that? How does the industry bridge this gap and build something that's actually sustainable for the future? Well, the answer lies in a really clear, unified, and long-term technology roadmap. And to solve this problem, the industry has laid out a really clear three-stage vision to completely transform the vehicle cockpit as we know it.
The end goal is to evolve the car into a space that truly understands and anticipates your needs, something that's seamlessly integrated with your entire digital life. And that's what we mean when we say the third living space.
So this timeline shows us exactly how we're going to get there. By 2030, these high-end cognitive cockpits, systems that can understand everything happening in the cabin, will become mainstream. Then by 2035, they become fully cognitive, connecting to the cloud and everything around them. And by 2040, that third living space vision, it's fully realized. It's a clear path from the reactive systems we have today to a future where your car is a truly proactive, intelligent partner. Okay, so let's move on to the 5 key technology areas that absolutely must be mastered to make this whole roadmap a reality.
All right, first up, human-machine interaction, or HMI. The really crucial point here is shifting the HMI from a passive tool that just waits for you to give it commands to an active partner that actually predicts what you want to do. The goal is to get perception accuracy from about 85% today to over 95% by 2040, with the car proactively handling more than 70% of the interactions for you.
Key number 2 is all about the systems and components. Now, what's really fascinating here is the strategic shift away from just stacking better individual components and moving towards a systemic fusion. We want the cockpit to act like a single intelligent organism. So perception, display, and execution, they'll all evolve from working separately to being completely integrated. Third on our list is connectivity. And the key goal here is a really cool concept called de-appification. Just imagine, instead of having to tap through a bunch of apps, your navigation, your music, your climate control, they're just proactively there when you need them. The entire paradigm is going to shift from being device-centric to user-centric, where your digital life just flows with you effortlessly. Our 4th key is foundational technology. I want you to think of these 3 pillars, compute power, data, and developer tools, as the digital infrastructure for the whole thing. Progress here literally sets the ceiling for what's possible. We're talking about a massive leap in compute power and gathering data sets so advanced they can even include things like emotion and brainwave data. It's wild. And finally, key number 5, testing. As these cockpits get more and more complex and more safety critical, testing has to evolve right alongside them. We have to move from a subjective, yeah, that feels right, human evaluation to highly automated, objective, and data-driven systems that can verify safety and user experience with almost 100% objectivity.
So we have the roadmap and we have the key technologies. But a great strategy is pretty useless without a rock-solid execution plan, right? This is where the 4 strategic pillars come in.
This is the how that goes with the what we just talked about.
And this slide really lays out the whole game plan. First, you have to master your core technology to be self-reliant. Second, you deepen that AI integration to create those proactive, almost emotional interactions. The third pillar is building open ecosystems, shifting focus from the quantity of apps to the quality of services. And anchoring it all, the fourth and most important pillar, prioritizing safety and privacy above everything else. That is non-negotiable.
Ultimately, this entire roadmap is about a fundamental shift in value. The car is just not about getting from point A to point B anymore. The winners in this new era will be the ones who master technology to deliver a superior, safe, and deeply personal user experience.
And that really brings us to the big question this entire industry is trying to answer. Your car is becoming a computer on wheels. When it finally becomes that third living space, what are you going to do in it? It's a fun thing to think about. Thank you for joining this explainer.